Hey y'all, it's T Cajun again, and today we are going to do a skirt steak that's been marinating for about a day and a half. I would say a good 30 to 36 hours. But today we are going to cook this in a crock pot at a high temperature, but for about 5 to 6 hours. That's all you really need with a skirt steak. Skirt steak draws in a lot of flavor and it cooks very fast. It's a very tender cut of meat. So, I'll tell you what we have it marinated in. Here's our skirt steak right here. Again, it's been trimmed. I've trimmed all the coarse fat off, whatnot. But this has been soaking with of course, the famous T-2 Cajun Swamper Seasoning right here. If you don't have that, you can use any Cajun seasoning that you want. Old Bay is not a Cajun seasoning. And then also I have some rosemary and garlic. It's basically dried up garlic in here with some rosemary, and we put that in there with a fair amount of olive oil and kind of let that soak. And that's been in the fridge for a couple days. But first, what we're going to start with is we're going to go ahead and put all of our ingredients. So our ingredients today is a French onion soup. Just one little package, it's a dry package. I have some pre-cut onions, bell pepper, celery, again, and green onion. Again, I like to use the different colors of the bell pepper, great flavor. Then also we got 3 potatoes that have been cut into about 8 sections. And then of course we got 3 bay leaves that we're gonna be putting in there as well. All right, along with some additional rosemary, garlic, and some T-2 seasoning, all right? So first, we'll go ahead and we'll start, and we're gonna add about 3 cups of water to this. Yeah, we'll save this if we feel we need it, we'll use it. Go ahead and add our dry ingredients first, so we can get those mixed in there pretty good. This French onion dip, it makes really good. It has great flavor in it, good consistency. Mix that in there very good. There we go. All right, go ahead and put our onions in there. Just kind of spread those around, and our bay leaves so they get in that water. Just make sure that they're down there in that broth very well. All right, we'll go ahead and add our potatoes. I like to put my potatoes around the edge because I'm going to be placing my meat more in the center, and we'll situate the meat in here to where, you know, it's submerged completely under this. And a lot of the juices, the meat's gonna make a lot of its juices itself. So there we go. Now it's time to get our meat here. Let's get all that out of there, all that goodness here. There we go. Put some of that around the edge here. Here we go. All right, our big old chunks here. Now I got this fresh from the butcher, and I cut it into thirds because skirt steak, if you get it fresh like that, it comes in fairly large piece, much bigger than this pot could actually handle, but you want it to cook right. So we're gonna push it in here very well, get some of those potatoes and onions up above it. Here we go. You know, leave some of them down there at the bottom if you want. There we go. And we don't want to move the meat too much, because if you move the meat right now, you start stirring it, you're going to pretty much wash all the stuff, the marinade that you have it soaking in. All right, so now I'm going to take one of my gloves off here so I don't get it all over my stuff. Here we go. Just sprinkle a little bit of this T-2 Cajun Swamper on the top, not a lot. And go ahead and grab here we go. And a little bit more of this herb right here on the top, which again is rosemary and garlic. And remember that rosemary can be overpowering, so don't use too much of it. I mean, unless you really like that, but I really wouldn't use a whole lot of it. Just enough to get a flavor in there and let it go evenly. So now we're going to put the lid, that's it. That's all we're going to do with this bad boy. So we're going to put the lid on her. And we're going to turn her on. Manual, enter, and there we go. So we're gonna let this sit for a good 5 hours. I will check it at that point and see where we're at. So stay tuned. When this is done, I'll show you how yummy goodness is in that pot. See you soon. All right, y'all, we're back. Got this slow cooker here, this crock pot. We've had our skirt steak in here with our potatoes and our mixture in here for about 5.5 hours now. It is done. Let's take it off. Smell that. That's just some good stuff right there, folks. All right, so this is what you need it to be. Look at this nice brown gravy that I made in here. Some nice tender potatoes that are ready to go. All right, just look at this meat. It just falls apart. Look at that. Look at that. That's a piece of your skirt steak right there. Just look at that. Just rip right apart. See, there's another little edge here. Great flavor. You just look at this here. Look at how it just strings right apart. Oh, look at that. Can't even grab it with a fork. That right there, that, folks, is how it needs to be cooked. See that? Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so now I'm gonna cook some rice for this gravy, this meat, along with some creamy potato salad. That's right, that stuff that we made earlier. So again, folks, T Cajun here. Any recipes that you want, anything at all, let me know. Hit me up, shoot me a text, send me a message via YouTube or Facebook. Let me know what you want to hear, and I'll get out there and make it. Say bon, see y'all later.